YouTube, this is Evie. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a complete review of my entire experience with Hoshiikins shop on Etsy. Of course, I am going to be going over what the ears look like, packaging, all of my normal information that I do for you guys in reviews. I'm also going to be talking about my complete customer service experience as well as wait times and how the ears actually turned out, doing a little bit of a comparison between different shops. So if you want to see all of that, please stick around until the end of the video. But if you are really impatient and really just want to see the ears, I will put a link down below for the time when that actually starts because I am just filming this video now and I don't really know when that's going to be. So if you want to fast forward, you can go ahead and do that. But if you actually want to know about the entire process, I'd recommend just watching the whole thing. So in total, I had 2 ears. I had a pair of all black puppy ears. Actually ended up modifying the size a little bit because I am a small person and big ears tend to overwhelm me. So I actually got sort of a mini size. At least that's what I ordered. And I'm not really sure what I ended up getting, whether or not it is actually mini compared to her original standard size. And then I also got a pair of all black box ears. So that shouldn't really be much of a problem for a shop that it has such a volume of orders, and I wasn't really too worried about it because I wasn't asking for anything crazy like any sort of weird materials, piercings, flowers, anything that would involve airbrushing, anything that would involve a new template. I was just asking for something that I thought was really simple and that wouldn't take that long. I ordered these ears on April 24th. When I originally purchased the ears, her processing time was 4 to 6 weeks. As you will see over the course of this video, 4 to 6 weeks is not what happened at all. So, keep that in mind when you're watching this video, how long I was supposed to have for processing the ears before they actually got shipped. Now, around the middle of May was the first time I contacted Hoshiikins, to my recollection, after I purchased the ears. And that was because somebody had posted on Instagram showing a pair of ears that I assumed were Perky Fox ears, and they were way bigger than I assumed that they were. And that made me kind of upset because the description that I got from her was that they would be about 3.5 inches, and the person said they were 5, and I was like, those are huge. That's not gonna work. So I contacted her, explained to her what I had seen, and she, said like, no, that's wrong. Those are probably just a different style of ears from what you have purchased. Now, around this time is when some drama involving Hoshiikins happens. She again sort of overbooks herself and ends up increasing her processing time to 8 weeks, which again was originally 4 to 6. Also, around this time is when people start posting on Instagram pictures of ears that they have received that are either really poorly cut and look rushed, the wrong color or patchy or, whatever, just various problems in quality that with the price you pay for Hoshiikins, you wouldn't normally expect. And I get kind of worried about this because, I did, buy 2 pairs of ears, so that's even more of a risk that something is going to go wrong. But I didn't really want to bother her about it because I was sure that she was already receiving a ton of messages. So again, just let things alone and, just kind of let things sort themselves out. Now, at this point, we're getting close to the end of my 4 to 6 week processing time. So I messaged her and asked her, was my order affected by the increase in processing time, even though I ordered back at the end of April? And she was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do things as fast as I can, but your order was increased to the 8-week processing time. And I was like, kind of a little bit sad about that, but I also understood that she couldn't take the time to individually message every single one of her customers that might have been affected by this because, that could be hundreds of people for all that I know. So try not to hold that against her. And I also just kind of let things go. And now we are rapidly approaching the middle of June. And this is when my life starts to get kind of crazy because, as I said, I graduated college, ended up temporarily finding a job where I lived when I went to college. And then I got a job offer kind of spontaneously out of the blue, and I would need to move in 2 weeks. And I was like, oh crap. Like, in addition to all of the stress about having to find a new apartment, find a renter for where I live now, all of that stuff, I was also kind of worried about some packages that I was going to be getting. Like, I did not trust the post office at all to properly forward mail. I have moved enough times to know that that normally doesn't end well, and or it takes just like weeks and weeks extra for some reason, even though I was moving within the same state. So I ended up messaging her and said, like, I'm sorry, I don't want to bother you, but I have had a change in address because of the fact that I'm moving. I wasn't really anticipating this happening, so I hope this isn't a problem. Here's my new address. Just make sure you have it on hand when you ship out the ears so there's no confusion. And she was like, okay, thanks for letting me know. I'll make sure the ears are shipped to the proper address once they've been made. And I was like, okay, cool. And that is around the time when I start getting just a little bit impatient. I, had a calendar out and I actually counted the weeks from, what day it was from when I had ordered them. And at this point, it was 9 weeks, a full 9 weeks since I ordered. The original processing time was 4 to 6 weeks. Processing time had been increased to 8 weeks, and now it was 9 weeks, and they hadn't even been made yet. They hadn't even been shipped. And I was thinking, like, well, maybe I'll just give it a couple more days. Like, maybe she's behind because, as it says in her little blurb at the very beginning of her Etsy, it says, I'm never going to make you wait months extra. And, if the original processing time is 4 weeks and it goes to 9 weeks, that is technically over a month. And, I sent her kind of a long message sort of explaining my concerns because, it wasn't only me who was being affected by this. And I said, I saw on your Instagram that, processing time got increased to 8 weeks. Oh, by the way, at this point, it had actually been decreased back down to 4 to 6 weeks. So I don't really know why that happened because my order was definitely older than 6 weeks and still hadn't been made yet. So I sent her a message, saying, like, I saw that you decreased your processing time. Don't really know why that happened because my ears still haven't been made yet. It's now been 10 weeks since I ordered and I haven't seen anything about them. And, I just have some concerns and I wanted to voice that, with you in a respectful manner because I'm a customer and I'm just sort of concerned about what's happening with my order. And she responded back probably within 2 days, I want to say, which is her normal window for customer service. So that was what I had expected. And, she was very apologetic. She was not offended at all. She was very thankful that I was being so rational and calm because I'm sure she gets some really, really angry customers sometimes. And she apologized and all that stuff. But if you guys are all familiar with any of Hoshiikins' social media at all, she said that if your order has been affected by this increase in processing time, I am more than willing to add any extra piercings or bows or anything that you want on your order. And she never offered that to me, so I don't know if that was just like a special customer exclusive or something, or if you had to like, mention an order to redeem coupon kind of situation. Like, I don't know, but never got offered to me, so I had, no way of knowing if I was going to be getting anything extra, be getting up like an upgrade in shipping as a result of the increase in processing time. And then suddenly, one fine day, one fine 4th of July day, I get a message that my order has shipped. And this kind of bothers me for a few reasons. First of all, post office is closed on the 4th. Why am I getting a shipping notification? Two, I was never shown the ears and I never got any message from her before they were actually shipped to make sure they were actually the right goddamn thing because it had been 10 weeks at that point. That is kind of a long time to remember an order. And three, just what? Like, how is this happening? Like, it was just completely out of the blue and I wasn't expecting it at all. And the other weird thing that happened was I got this message at 2:30 in the afternoon. Also, we're in the same time zone. And it said that they shipped at 5 o'clock that afternoon. So they actually shipped 3 hours into the future, which is just amazing technology that I wish I knew about. um, and I messaged her and I was like, what? Why did these ship? It's the 4th. Like, what's happening? And she said, oh, like she just printed the shipping label and that she was actually going to be shipping them tomorrow and that some like weird, uncontrollable thing with Etsy was happening. And I don't know how it works because I'm not a shop owner. So don't really know why that had happened the way that it happened. But again, just tried to let things go. And then the post office happens. Oh, the post office. And this makes me really glad that I don't have to deal with this on a regular basis like the Canadians do because, oh my gosh, it was just the worst part was not Hoshiikins, the worst part was the post office. Because what ended up happening was even though they were quote unquote shipped on the 4th, they never moved beyond the label printed stage until the 11th. They didn't move for an entire week. And I understand not processing things on the 4th because the post office is actually closed, but why in the world would it take you an entire week to get from receive box to send box to other place. That has never ever happened with any post office I have ever gotten mail from, whether that be in England or Canada or in the United States, in the same state, in Florida or Maine or whatever. Like, never had that happen where a package has sat for more than a day or two at the labeled created stage. But today is the 13th, which is actually when I received my ears. So somehow they went from I can't, move this box from one place to another for an entire week to suddenly dropping it off my doorstep in like 2.5 days. So I guess maybe the rest of the post office line picked up the slack there, but ended up getting to me today, which is where we are right now. And as you know, I was very nervous about whether or not these ears would actually turn out properly. So, here are the ears that I got. These are the black Perky fox ears, and they are absolutely perfect. They are exactly what I was expecting, which was such a huge sigh of relief when I opened up that packaging and just saw them. I was like, oh, thank God I just didn't waste $69 on, yes, $69 on these ears. Like, not these alone weren't 69, but both together were $69. So I was so relieved. Like, they are definitely very soft ears. Even though they're black, you can't see the seams at all, which is something that, I can say about some of my other ears, like my Woodland Creature Shop ears, the seams are not noticeable. They are a little bit more noticeable on my little lichen ears, but these seams are very, very hard to see. And they are just exactly parallel. They are completely perfect in terms of shape and being equal. This is what they look like on, and they are super cute on. I think these are exactly what I wanted. These are exactly what I ordered. Just A plus in terms of actual delivery of what I was expecting. This is the quality that I was expecting from Hoshiikins shop after hearing about her for like months and months and months, and everybody saying she's the best shop. This is the quality that I expect, and it was just love these ears. Perky fox ears, like 10 out of 10 in terms of quality. They are, very standard, like all of my other ears with the wire. These ones are with silver wire and a black headband as per usual, so you can see the wire if you're looking down from on top, but unless you're doing that for some reason, it shouldn't be a problem. They are not movable on the headband, which is fine with me because for my head, they are completely in the right spot. They where they should be. I might want to move them just like a little bit down so they're not sitting like directly on top of my head like this. But as far as the actual placement goes, perfectly parallel, perfectly even. Good job. Thank you for not disappointing. Now, these are the quote unquote mini puppy ears, and they don't look very impressive, just on the headband like this. Same construction as the last one, silver wire, black headband, very standard, and this is what they look like on. These ones are a little bit more difficult to kind of get on right, but this is generally what they look like. They blend in with my hair very well, even though I'm wearing a wig right now. They blended with my hair very well, and they sit against my head very well. And the thing that kind of was very interesting when I got these ears that I wasn't expecting is they are actually kind of like wired up in this area, so you can kind of adjust them a little bit. And I won't do that because I don't want to like mess them up too badly. But they are adjustable, like you can move them up and down if you so please. You can make sure that they fit your head, very snugly, all of that stuff. So these are also definitely 9 out of 10. I wouldn't give them a perfect 10, and this is why. Unlike on the Perky Hawk's ears where you can't really see the seams because they are on the side, the seams, particularly on this ear, are quite noticeable along this edge. And that is kind of my only real fault with these because otherwise they are really nice ears. This one is fine. The way the actual fur falls itself, it covers up any seam. You can't really see it, but on this side, you can definitely see it along here. And because of where the ears sit, which is, very close to the front of your face, it is noticeable, and that is kind of a problem for me. I don't really like that. I'm going to see if I can kind of style them in a way that doesn't look super weird, but that also, hides the seam from the ears. And finally, this is the packaging that I received in, obviously covered on my address. She didn't have it blocked out when I, received the package, because how would the post office be able to figure that out, right? It has some very cute little stickers on it, which I wish I could kind of just like take off because I like stickers, but I would just have to appreciate the box. And another thing, this is actually in a box. Wasn't expecting a box. Really nice that they're in a box. I don't actually think I've ever received ears by themselves where I've gotten them shipped in a box. And again, quality I expect from Hoshiikins is to have them sent in a box, and that really helps maintain their shape, which is a bonus. And I like that I don't have to pay extra as a customer for that. This is what they came in when they got to me. This is how they were shipped. I don't know if you can really tell, but it is bubble wrap on top, bubble wrap on the bottom, and then a single sheet of tissue paper in the middle, which is actually where the ears were. And there is one thing that I haven't unboxed yet. This is the one thing that I haven't opened yet. It's this little tiny package, and I wanted to save it for this because I can't see what's inside, so it's like a little surprise. So I don't really know what's in here, so we're gonna find out together. Also, I don't know what it is, but like every shop gets this like super cutesy Japanese packaging, and I don't know what's up with that. But I'm fine with it. I'm like, do you all just like buy from the same like suppliers? Like, I don't know. Oh, I was wondering where the glitter was, and I found it. It's in here, thank goodness, because otherwise I would have glitter all over my apartment, and then I'd have to clean it up. But I do have some, and these are little hair bows. These actually kind of remind me of like baby hair bows, so I'm not really sure if she made these herself or if she bought them at like Target or something, but the colors that she gave me are kind of spot on. I got a purple one, I got a green one, and then I also got kind of a mauve toned one, and I also got a gray pair as well, but I don't know where that is currently, but I have it somewhere. So I got a 4 pairs of bows, for my troubles as a customer. And so, didn't have to be part of that secret coupon club in order to get the additional things for my wait time, which made me really happy. And, I hate kind of feeling like I've been bribed, but it also sort of worked. So I'm happy with it. I'm glad that she at least, realized like, I'm sorry that the processing was so long. Here's something for your problems. So good job, Hoshiikins. You know, when I was preparing to do this review, I was expecting to be very disappointed, and I was expecting to be a lot sadder and a lot angrier than I am. And you know what? Even though I hate that I'm saying this, but even though the processing time in total from when I placed the order to when they arrived on my doorstep was 11 weeks going on 12, I'm overall not that disappointed. I'm not that mad. I wish that she could be more forthright about what her processing time actually is, because it is very disappointing to be told 4 to 6 weeks and then 8 weeks and then 11 weeks being the actual thing. That's almost unforgivable. But the fact that she made up for it with, not rushing with the order, really making sure everything was perfect, taking her time with the packaging, adding in something extra to, make up for that processing time, and being always very amenable in all of our conversations, being very understanding with all of my concerns, really helps me as a customer feel more secure. And I'm sure this video is going to be really long, but it is what it is. I wanted to give you a complete and full experience of what it was like ordering from Hoshiikins. So if it's long, I'm sorry. If you made it this far, congratulations. Wow, there's probably only like 10 of you who will ever reach the end of this video all the way through. So, thank you. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. I make videos twice a week, including reviews on the odd occasion that I get new things. So, thank you for watching this video all the way to the end, and thank you for supporting my channel. I will hopefully see you all again soon, but until then, have a good rest of your week. Bye-bye.